wages, and we won't accept it!
No!
Whether it's cuts to teaching grants, whether it's cuts to EMA being scrapped or aim higher being got rid of, and higher fees of £9,000 a year, we need to let this government know that we will not accept it and we will not be ignored.
No!
Students do not forget easily. If MPs vote against us, we will vote against them. If we allow these proposals to go through, which we won't, then this will make into a two-tier system. Students will make choices based on cost, not is what is best for them. Universities should be based on ability and potential, not how much your bank balance is.
Labour's candidate at the general election here, I had the pleasure of listening to Julian at 35 different events tell us what the Liberal Democrats were promising. They made that promise, they've broken it, it's an absolute disgrace, and I hope you agree with me on that. I'm not going to do the party political banter, you can hear that elsewhere. I'm going to take you back 100 years. Just along there on those steps, my grandfather, Joe Mead, an agricultural worker from Shepperett, used to sit on those steps because, like working people from his generation, there was no way into that great college. He was a learned man, he read books. Like many working class people, he was self-taught. That big door was shut to him. 2 generations later, thanks to the progressive changes introduced by governments in the last century, I was able to walk through those doors. My fear is that as a result of the changes this week, those doors are shut again to people in the future. They're shutting the doors on the poor, they're shutting the doors on working people.
We won't stand for it!
And you're quite right, you won't stand for it.
This week, the coalition announced £9,000 tuition fees per year. Cambridge is very likely to start charging that amount. That's something that students should not be accepting. This is an outrageous betrayal of Liberal Democrat election promises, present company aside. And students should hold the government to account for this. The tripling of the tuition fee level is a cynical attempt to shift the burden of the spending cuts onto students. This isn't fair. Cambridge students should not and must not accept a system where young people are priced out of the education that they deserve. Nick Clegg and all Liberal Democrat MPs signed a pledge specifically promising to vote against any rise in tuition fees. Many owe their seats to student votes, and if they have any sense of decency, they will keep that promise. Nick Clegg went to Robinson. He was in Cambridge to sign that pledge. It is a binding commitment to the students of this country, and we must hold him to that. Teaching budgets to the arts and humanities are being slashed to zero at the same time that tuition fees are tripling. Higher education in Britain is under threat. Everyone benefits from good quality, accessible universities, and that should apply to this one too. These fees will not improve our education. They will barely fill the void left by the massive spending cuts. This is not a good deal for students. It is not a good deal for universities. It is not a good deal for society. And as one of the more famous alumni of my college once